press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hi children, in the previous class we were seeing about the earth in the solar system. In that we have seen about the sun, the planets and the celestial bodies, and also we have seen about the planets, right? And there are interesting fact about the planets is that Jupiter, Saturn and Uranus, they have rings. You can see here in this picture there is a ring, right? The same rings, this is a planet and they have a rings like this. Okay, the Jupiter, Saturn and the Uranus, they have a rings like this. These rings are the belts of small debris. These rings may be seen from the earth with the help of powerful telescope. So, these rings, these are a belt of a small debris. Small debris means dirt particles or gaseous forms, gas particles that is united to form these rings. So, small dust particles or a debris, they formed this belt that we call it as a rings. Okay, so this ring is made up of a small debris. Okay. So, this was the interesting fact. These Uranus, Saturn and Jupiter, they contain rings. So, here in this class, now we will see about some other interesting facts. They are here in the do you know column, they have given Sol in the Roman mythology is the sun god. Solar means related to sun. Here every word is taken from either English, Roman, Greek or Greek, etc. like that, right? So, solar, in the solar system, this SOL, Sol, it is taken from the Roman mythology. In the Roman mythology, this Sol means, it means a sun god. So, in the Roman mythology, the Sol means sun god and the solar means related to the sun. So, the solar means related to sun. Okay, and related to the sun. The family of the sun is therefore called as solar system. Okay. Here in the Roman mythology, Sol means sun god, solar means related to sun. So, all the planets, they are related to sun. That is the family of the sun, solar system, that is all the planets, they are called as, that is known as solar system. The family of the sun, the planets, all the planets, they are known as a solar system. So, this is taken from a Roman words, that is sun or a solar system. Then word origin, that is many words used in languages may have been taken from some other languages. Example, geography for example is the English word. It has been taken its origin in Greek, which relates to a description of the earth. It is made up of Greek words. G means earth and graphia meaning writing. Okay, so every word in the English, there are some words, not every words, they are taken from either one or the other languages. Example, geography, it is a English word, but this is taken from a which language? This is taken from a Greek language. So this geography is taken from a Greek language. Okay. So here G means earth and graphia means to what? To find out, or a meaning writing. Greek word geography. Geography is the English word which is taken from a Greek word where G means earth and graphy means writing. Okay. So next one, humans have always been fascinated gazing at the night sky. Okay. If we look at the night sky in the if we look at the sky in the night, we will be very fascinated, right? Because we see so many number of stars or some other what? Moons, etc. in the sky. We can see celestial bodies in the sky. Those who study the celestial bodies and their movements, they are called as astronomers. Those who study the celestial bodies and their movements, those are called as astronomers. And Aryabhatta, astronomer, he was an astronomer of the ancient India. He was a famous astronomer of ancient India. He said that the moon and the planets shine due to reflected sunlight. So he was the person to say that moon and the sun will shine because of the sunlight. Moon and the other planets will shine because of the sunlight. Today, astronomers all over the world are busy exploring the universe. So till now today, these astronomers, they are busy in exploring the whole universe. Okay, yes. Now we'll see about the earth. Now we'll see about the earth. The earth. Okay, the earth is the third nearest planet to the sun. It is the third nearest planet to the sun, and in the size it is the fifth largest planet. So in the distance it is third nearest planet to the sun. In the size it is fifth largest. Okay. So in the distance it is third nearest, and in the size it is fifth largest. Okay. It is slightly flattened at the poles. That is why its shape is described as a geoid. Geoid means earth-like shape. So our earth, it is having a flattened surface at the here it is having a flattened surface of at the poles. That is why this is called as a geoid. Geoid means earth-like shape. Okay. Then conditions favorable to support the life are probably found only on the earth. So what are the conditions that are required for the life? Air, water, and also that is land, everything, right? Biosphere, right? Those conditions are probably found only in this earth. So this is very much suitable for the life. Okay, those conditions which are essential for the life, they are found in this earth. That is why this earth is very much suitable for the life. Okay, the earth is neither too hot nor too cold. It is neither too hot nor too cold. It has water and the air which are very essential for our survival. Okay, so as I already said, this earth, it has a water and a air. That is why it is very unique planet. Okay, so with the air and water we can survive on this earth. That is why it is a unique planet. Okay, essential. Okay, the air has life supporting gases like oxygen. Because of these reasons, the earth is unique planet in the solar system. So the air which is present on the earth, it has a life supporting gases like oxygen. That is why this earth is called a unique planet in the whole solar system. In the whole solar system, this earth is a unique planet. Why does that so? Because this earth has a good amount of air and the water. That is why this earth is known as a unique planet which support the life system. So this was about the earth. Earth, it is the third nearest to the sun and fifth largest in a size, and it is not too hot, not too cold, and it is flattened at the poles. That is why called a geoid. And this earth is a unique planet because it has a conditions to support the life. Okay, yes. Then we'll see the moon. The moon. Now we'll see the moon. Our earth has only one satellite. Our earth, it has only one satellite, right? That is the moon. So this moon is a natural satellite to our earth. Our earth is having only one satellite, that is moon. Our earth is having only one natural satellite, that is moon. Okay, yes. Its diameter is only 1/4 of the earth. So this moon is very small. This moon diameter, it is 1/4 of the earth, means the diameter of the earth, in the diameter of the earth, it will be about 1/4, means it will be a quarter, it will be a example. If this is our earth, this is our diameter, so it can be divided into 4 parts. So only this much diameter is the moon. Okay, only this much diameter is moon having. Only a 1/4 of a diameter of a earth part. Okay, then 1/4 of the earth. It appears so big because it is nearer to our planet than other celestial bodies. But still this moon appears so big because it is nearer to our planet. Okay, even though this moon is having a 1/4 of the diameter of the earth, still this moon appears so big because this moon is nearer to our earth than any other planets. Okay, This moon is about 3,84,400 kilometers away from the earth. So this moon is about 3,84 kilometers and 84,400 kilometers away from us. Now you can compare the distance of the earth from the sun and from the moon. So already said that sun is about 150 million kilometers away from the earth, but moon is about 3,84,400 kilometers from the earth. So sun is very far away from the earth and moon is nearer to earth. Okay, yes, the moon moves around the earth in about 27 days. So this moon moves around the earth in about 27 days. So this moon will complete one revolution around the earth in about 27 days. Okay. It takes exactly same time to complete one spin. As a result, only one side of the moon is visible to us on the earth. So, and also this moon will take the same time to travel around itself or to spin one time. Okay. So, imagine this is a moon and this is a earth. So, to travel around the earth, it takes 27 days. And also, to spin like this, it takes the 27 days too. That is why we see only a portion, a part of a moon. See, it is moving around its own axis. Right? When it is moving like this, only we can see this part. When it is like this, only we can see this part. Right? This is earth. Like this, only we can see half of the parts. Right? So, the moon will take to travel around the earth about 27 days and it will take the same timings to take one spin. That is why we see only a part of the moon. Okay. Okay. Then moon is okay. The moon does not have conditions favorable for the life. It has mountains, plains and the depressions on its. The moon does not have a favorable conditions to live. It has mountains, plains, surfaces. These cast a shadows on the moon's surface. Look at the full moon and observe these shadows. Okay. So, moon is not suitable for the life. Okay, it contains some mountains and some plains, etc. And we can see those shadows on the moon. Okay, in the full moon time. Okay, so this was about the moon. So moon is about 3,84,400 kilometers away from the earth and it is only one natural satellite of the earth and this takes 27 days to travel or to take her to put a round around the earth and also it will take same time, that is 27 days to spin one time. That is why we see only one side of the moon. So this was about the moon. Now next we will see about the asteroids. Okay. Yes. Now we will see about the asteroids. Okay. Apart from the stars, planets and the satellites, there are numerous tiny objects or bodies which also move around the sun. These bodies are called as asteroids. So, apart from the moon or a satellite and the planets and the stars, there are some more other objects or things. They will also move around the sun. Those are asteroids. Okay, those are called as asteroids. They are found between the orbit of Mars and the Jupiter. So, here I will show you. Here you can see here, this is a Mars and this is Jupiter. In between these you can find asteroids. Okay, so asteroids can be found in between belts, the Mars and the Jupiter region. Okay, we can see asteroids in between the Mars and the Jupiter region. Okay, so these asteroids are celestial bodies other than the stars, moons and the what? Planets. Okay, then they are, okay, scientists are of a view that asteroids are a part of a planet which exploded many years back. So, scientists feel that these asteroids, they are the part of the planets which were exploded some years back. Okay, they feel that the planet got exploded and some parts have formed a belt like a asteroid belt. So, these asteroids, they were the celestial bodies which apart from the stars, moons and the planets, they will also turn around the sun. Okay. So, this we can find in between the Mars and the Jupiter. So, this was about the asteroids. Now, we will see other topics, that is meteoroids. So, meteoroids. So, this is the another celestial bodies. Small piece of rocks which move around the sun are called as meteoroids. So, these are the rocks, a small piece of rocks which will move around the sun. Okay. Sometimes these meteoroids come near the earth and tend to drop on it. So, sometimes they will come near the earth and we feel that they dropped here. In Kannada it is called as ulke. So, these are the small pieces of rocks which turn around the sun. So, sometimes they may fall on the earth. Okay. During this process, due to friction with the air, they get heated up and burn. While dumping on this earth, they will get a frictionized and heated up and they will burn. Okay. Then it causes a flash of light. While coming, because of the air friction, they will get heated up and they will burn. That's why we can see a flash of light. Okay. Sometimes a meteor will being completely burned falls on the earth and create a halo. So, sometimes when this meteor completely burned, when it falls on the earth, it will create a halo surface. Okay. When this meteoroid got heated up, it will falls on when it is burnt fully, if it falls on earth, it may create some hollow surfaces on the earth. Okay, yes. Do you see a whitish broad band like a white glowing path across the sky on a clear starry night? Did you see a whitish broad band like a white glowing path across the sky on a clear night sky? It is a cluster of million stars. So they are telling, have you seen about a whitish band of stars? That is a cluster of stars. Of a millions of stars will form a cluster, and that is known as whitish band. So this band is a Milky Way galaxy. In the picture here you can see a Milky Way galaxy, that is a group of many stars, millions of stars will form a group that is formed in a whitish band, that is called as Milky Way galaxy. Our solar system is a part of this galaxy. In ancient India, it was imagined to be a river of a light flowing in the sky. So, in the night sky, we see millions of stars which form a white band. Okay, that is known as a Milky Way or a Milky Way. Okay, and here we can find a solar system. So solar system is present inside it. But in ancient times, they believed that this is the river of light. Okay, people believed in ancient time that that is a river of light. Okay. Thus, it was named Akash Ganga. So, they thought this is a river of light. That is why they named that as a Akash Ganga. Okay, they thought that is a river of light. That is why they named that as a Akash Ganga. A galaxy is a huge system of billions of stars and clouds of dust and gases. There are millions of galaxies that make a universe. Okay, so it is a universe. Okay, in this universe there are millions of galaxies. Okay, in the galaxies there is a Milky Way. Understood? Yes. Okay, so they will all make a universe. Okay. It is difficult to imagine how big the universe is. Scientists are still trying to find out more and more about it. We are not certain about its sizes, but we know that all of us, you and I, belong to this universe. Okay, so universe is very big. It is very vast. Inside the universe, there are many galaxies. Inside the galaxies we can find the Milky Ways. So millions of stars from the Milky Way and billions of stars from the galaxy and many galaxies from the universe. So we are a part of this universe. Till now scientists are not able to find out the exact size of this universe because it is too huge, too large to know. Okay, so in the textbook they have given here Earth. Okay, let me show it with a picture. So this is You guys are standing here. Okay. So, this is a earth. And this is a solar system. Okay. This is a Milky Way galaxy. And the next is universe. So, here you can imagine you are standing in the universe. You are standing on the earth. Earth is covered in a solar system, and solar system is a part of Milky Way galaxy, and this Milky Way galaxy is a part of universe. So, this is about the earth in the solar system. So, till now we have seen about the earth in the solar system. What is planet, what are the earth, what is moon, what is sun, what are celestial bodies, what are constellations, everything we have seen. So, this is about the end of these topics. So, you should read it more carefully. This is a very basic thing. You need this when you go in upper classes. So try to read it carefully. With this, we will conclude today's class. Thank you.